You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails. Garner great pet tips and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. The theme of today's show is, you want me to do what? Now, I've packed my portable microphone and headed for Austin, Texas. I'm here at the Pet Sitters International Conference. Now, Pet Sitters International is the world's oldest and largest pet sitting group on the planet. And you can learn more after the show by dashing over to petsit.com. Now, Pet Sitters International folks, they invited me to give not one, but 2 talks at their conference. The first was on ageless pet advice, and the second, I talked about how to fortify our dogs and cats with good nutrition. Now, in between my times behind the podium, I tracked down some of the talented attendees, and I posed this question. What's the wackiest, oddest request you've ever had to fulfill as a professional pet sitter? Hey, listeners, I promise you their answers exceeded my wildest imagination, and I got a pretty wild imagination. So I want all of you to get comfortable and get prepared to laugh and even gasp a little as these professional pet sitters share their true tales. Now, we're going to learn all about this after we take a commercial break. So everybody sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your 4-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now, back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. This show comes from beautiful Austin, Texas, the site of the Pet Sitters International Conference. I've got my mic, so let's chat with some of these pet sitters. Hey everybody, we're back. We're here at Austin, Texas at the Pet Sitter International Conference, and I'm delighted that one of the folks showing up here is Terry Chance. She is the marketing director for Pet Sitters International, and with apologies to David Letterman, she and her staff have come up with a great top 10 reasons why.
You know you're a true professional pet sitter.
Okay, hit it.
You know you're a true professional pet sitter when you get excited over finding a really good pooper scooper and you tell all your friends about it.
I can dig it.
Or you find yourself enjoying conversations with dogs and cats more than you do people.
Now what's number 8?
When you cry and grieve for the death of a client's dog just as you would for your own pets because you love them that much.
Number 7.
When you get home from work and your own dog greets you with a "you've been cheating on me" look and proceeds to sniff you from head to toe.
Oh my God, I know that one from Chipper. Okay, number 6.
Is when you get poo bags for Christmas and you're really happy about it.
Number 5.
That's when you shop for clothes based on the pet hair stick factor.
Oh, that's a good one. And number 4?
Well, that's when you're not sure what day of the week it is, but it really doesn't matter because you love what you do.
Number 3?
Number 3 is when normal people won't eat with you because your conversations can easily veer towards topics like how to stop humping behaviors or how to stop excited peeing.
And number 2?
Number 2 is when clients become fabulous friends and invite you to share in their life celebrations.
And you know you're a true professional pet sitter. The number 1 reason?
It's when it's a national holiday and you work for 15 hours.
All right. We're talking with Terry Chance. Terry, what's the best thing you like being part of Pet Sitters International?
It's about being around all these passionate people who live and breathe and eat pets and caring for their own pets and other people's pets and want to have the best education possible to do that job the best they can.
Now, how can we learn more about Pet Sitters International?
Go to petsit.com, and whether you're a pet owner or you want to get in the business, you'll find everything you need to know at petsit.com.
That's great. We're here with Terry Chance, and it is Stop Raining Finally in Austin. Hey, everybody, this is Arden Moore with the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm in beautiful Austin, Texas, because that's where the coolest group of people are hanging out. I'm talking about the Pet Sitter International members. They're here to learn, and they have some great stories to tell. And I'm with, right now, Karen Larson. She's with, listen to this name of her pet sitting group. It's awesome. Fuzz Butts and Friends Pet Care Service is in the sweet town of Montgomery Village, Maryland. And as you know, Karen, I lured you here because the question is, pet sitters do a lot of things. They walk the dogs, they feed the cats, they scoop the poop, but sometimes you get some odd requests, right?
Correct.
All right, so tell me one of your tales of what one of the clients asked you to do that brings your pet sitting duties to the max.
I had a client with a couple of Bijans who happened to be their pride and joy, and Bijans spoiled beyond belief, and the list was almost 2 pages long of the specific details with times and specifically who gets what. It consisted of a pill inside of a potato.
Wait a minute, a pill inside of a potato?
Yes, it had to be a raw potato, and it had to be cut in a particular size and shape, according to these people. And then I had to have this particular food mixed with their kibble with a little bit of wet, and then you had to shake a little garlic powder on top of each, which I thought was kind of crazy because I think that's in the onion family. Anyways, and then they had to eat in certain places, and if you
well, when you mean by
bowl,
sit in places, where were the 2 Bichons?
Well, okay, so the water bowl was in one corner, and one Bichon had to be out into the dining room with that bowl. And if you gave them the wrong bowl, they refused to eat.
Oh.
And then the other one had to go on the other side in the kitchenette, like sitting area, like I guess it's the breakfast room or whatever.
Right.
To be able to eat on that one. And then each of them had to have 2 particular biscuits at a certain particular time before nighttime as well.
Wow.
Yes, it was crazy to say the least.
Now, how long have you been a pet sitter?
I began while I was teaching about 15 years ago, and I was doing it on the side and on weekends and holidays and what have you. And then I left my teaching career in 2007, and I've been doing full-time since then. Fuzzbutts actually originated as a ferret hotel.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. So tell us, I mean, you do have a lot of demands put on you, but it seems like all the pet sitters I've met here at this conference have an amazing sense of humor. I guess you have to, right?
You have to. I don't even have TV. I got rid of TVs several years ago because I don't need them. The amount of entertainment I get is all comedy, and it's all provided from my animals.
What are some kinds of dogs, cats, what other critters do you pet sit?
I do dogs, cats, I have chinchilla, I have some sugar gliders. I have a lizard myself. I also take care of turtles, fish. I've done birds, and let me think. I think that's about it.
Well, we're talking to a regular Dr. Doolittle here.
My ferret hotel.
Oh, and your ferret hotel, excuse me. So,
the best one in the D.C. metro area.
Oh, well,
They come from all over for me.
Nice.
Virginia, D.C., and Baltimore.
A little shout out about the ferrets. What's something people might not know? How do you pamper a ferret?
Oh, easy. They're very similar to a combined cat and dog. They like a little independence, and they do use a litter box if they've been well trained. But they really love to please you like a puppy dog, and they're very trainable like a dog. They're very sneaky, though. My little ferret, my first ferret, Whiskers, who encouraged me to learn more about ferrets, when I first found him outside in a rainstorm in Pittsburgh, he was just somebody else's, and I couldn't find the owner. Within a few weeks, I figured out that this little guy was so smart that if a friend came over and they put their purse on the floor, he would pull the purse underneath of the futon. He would open it up, didn't matter what kind of snap button, didn't matter. He'd find the wallet and pull the wallet out. And then he'd pull that out and hide it in one of his hidey spots.
Oh, the ultimate pickpocket. Wow.
And I do believe that's why they're still illegal in D.C. because of the ability to figure things out like that. They're very smart. They sit and study things to try to figure out how to do them.
Well, some of the politicians in D.C. could take a lesson from the ferrets by studying things instead of talking all the time.
That would be really a great idea. I have to agree with you.
All right, we're speaking with Karen Larson. She's with Fuzz Butts and Friends Pet Care Service. It's in Montgomery Village, Maryland. And thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Arden.
All right. Hey, everybody, this is Arden Moore with the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm doing this show from Austin, Texas. That's where the Pet Sitters International Group is meeting. And as part of our fun on this show, we're talking to some of these cool folks and some of the outlandish, most demanding things they must do to please their people who have their pets under their care. And with me today is Catherine Oakley. She's with Power Sitters. And where is that?
Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, so we just spoke to one lady who had some demands for a couple of Bichons. Catherine, let's do something about the cats. What was one of your requests from one of your clients?
The client had probably 6 to 7 cats, and they all had to have dinner in a different location. One of them had to have dinner at the table, the dining table.
The dining table, like pull up a chair, kitty?
Yes, the dining room table. A couple of them could eat on the kitchen floor, and then a couple other had to eat in different rooms and on the couches, and it was interesting.
So did it work out? Did it seem like the cats kind of knew where their spots were?
Oh, it worked out. They all knew where they were supposed to be.
I really want to know. I know I've been wondering about this, Catherine. So the cat that was at the table, 2 things. Did she use the utensils properly, and did she say grace?
There's a opposable thumb thing.
Oh!
It was a little bit of a problem.
Did she say grace?
She said grace.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about Power Sitters.
Power Pet Sitters is an online scheduling software for your pet sitting business. So you can log in, request appointments, and have your schedule and run your business all in one place.
You don't go crazy. You got everything scheduled. How do you find out more about it?
Go to powerpetsitter.com, sign up for a free 10-day trial.
Nice. All right, we're with Catherine Oakley, and we're here in Austin. Crazy, huh, listeners? Well, we got plenty more, so I want all of you to please just sit and stay. We'll be right back from the Pet Sitters International Conference in Austin, Texas, after this commercial break.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. Oh Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Dana Humphrey, the founder of Whitegate PR. We have been specializing in PR and marketing in the pet industry for over 10 years. If you have a pet product or service you would like to promote, give us a call. We can help create awareness for your brand on TV, radio, magazines, newspapers, and blogs. Feel free to reach me directly at 619-414-9307 or learn more on our website at whitegatepr.com or follow us on Facebook.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com. We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. I'm having a great time with these pet sitters who seem to be able to just roll with the punches, whatever wacky requests they've been given. Now we're going to continue our survey of these cool gals and guys. Well, we're still here at the Pet Sitter International Conference in now soggy, rainy Austin, and I'm with one of my favorite pet sitters. She is Jude Koski, and she's with Big Paws Pet Care in Jersey City. Welcome to the show, Jude.
Thanks, Arden. Great to be here.
All right, we were talking a little bit. As a professional pet sitter, how long have you been doing that?
7 years.
And what in the heck got you in this line of work?
Oh, it's my lifestyle. It's my calling. It's all about the animals. It's, unfortunately, not you, of course, Arden. But so much easier to work with animals.
All right. Well, I'm kind of a party animal, so that's all right. Now, you were telling me some of the crazy different kinds of species you've been entrusted to care for.
Yes, we have cared for piranhas, eels, exotic birds. That probably does it, outside of crazy cats and dogs.
All right, piranha, please, for $200. What was any kind of unusual request you've had, and how do you care for a piranha?
Careful feeding.
Keep your fingers, right? Count your fingers.
That's how we that's how we would care for it. But at the time we had this particular client, the piranha was aged and a little old, and the
a little gray around the gills.
A little bit.
Okay.
He swam slowly. So we had action time to guard our fingers, but his owners were going to be gone for a little while, and they weren't sure he was going to make it by the time they got back.
Okay.
So the crazy request was if he should pass while they were away, was that I was to carefully pack him in their refrigerator freezer.
Now, there's something of a surprise when you're hungry at night and you open up the freezer. Okay, well, hopefully this is a happy ending.
Yes, he did survive the entire time he was in our care. He waited for his parents to come home.
Oh, nice piranha. Good piranha. So, anyone want to shout out about your company, the Big Paws?
Well, to Big Paws, I'd, of course, love to say hey to all of our helpers and our sitters, Angie, Tyrone, Ken, and my personal pet sitter for my puppy Neo, Mr. Joey Smith. Thank you so much for everything you do. I wouldn't be able to be at the conference if someone wasn't taking care of my business and my animals. And, of course, to everyone who follows 2 Million Dogs and our Puppy Up walks. We hope you all come out to Puppy Up Jersey City this year or somehow see us on the National Summer of Murphy Tour. Yay!
And how do we find out more about Big Paws?
Big Paws Pet Care is on Facebook at Big Paws Pet. We're also on Twitter at BGPWS, and my profile on Facebook is also BGPWS.
Well, I'm going to give Big Paws up to you, Jude, for all you do for the critters in our lives, and I'm glad we got to hang out together.
Me too. Thank you.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm here still at the Pet Sitter International Conference, and I've got one of my favorite pet sitters, Kathy Devan. She is with Carolina Comfort Pet Sitting in Sumter, South Carolina. Now, I guess there's a pretty unusual feeding ritual that you have to have for a particular client of yours. Please describe.
Yes, thank you, Arden. We have a multi-poo, and the client wants us to mix the dry and wet food, heat it for about 12 seconds.
Oh, that sounds okay so far.
Okay, not bad. And then we've got to take the food bowl, put it in the master bedroom on their bed.
Okay.
Put the dog up on the bed. And then we have to lay on our stomach on the bed, a little bit away from the food, turn the TV on.
Is there a special show you must see?
No.
Okay.
No special show, but we just need to turn the TV on, which is up hanging off the wall. And we cannot look at the dog while it's eating because the dog won't eat if it thinks it's looking at you.
Oh, my gosh.
So we have to act like we're just watching TV, and then the dog will eat and kind of look over at us to make sure that we're not looking at him. And but it seems to work, and that's probably one of the most unusual requests we have.
So you have to lay belly down. You can't lay back down.
No,
huh? Okay.
back down,
okay.
belly down. But
now,
it seems to work.
What do you think? I mean, in good nature, I mean, you get a lot of requests from people, but it just probably shows you how much people love their pets, right?
Well, it does. And I my own pets, I have a very specific routine that I do with feeding. And so I can definitely relate and understand And so I'm not surprised at any request because we want to make the clients happy.
Right.
So whatever, is going to make the dog comfortable and eat for us, that's, what we want to do.
Well, that's the ultimate in bon appetit, wouldn't you say?
That is.
All right. So tell us a little bit about the Carolina Comfort Pet Sitting Service.
Oh, thank you. I am located in Sumter, South Carolina. I am retired military.
Which branch?
Air Force.
All right.
Go Air Force. I opened my business after I retired, and I've been in business for about 8 years.
And ladies and gentlemen, she is not 90 years old.
Well, I just had a birthday, September 10th, so I'm getting up there in age, but love my pet sitting business, love animals. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. As much as I love the Air Force, this was my second calling.
Nice.
And
so how do we find out about if folks in the Sumter, South Carolina area want to check out your service? How do they do that?
www.carolinacomfortpetsitting.com.
All right, we're talking to Kathy Devan, and for that special dog out there, make sure you eat every little bit of kibble.
That's right. Thank you so much, Arden.
All right. Folks, the pet sitters have to take care of a lot of different kinds of species, and here's a new one for me. I'm speaking with Cheryl Wilson. She's with TLK Professional Pet Care Service in Watertown, Massachusetts. Welcome to the show, Cheryl.
Thank you very much, Arden.
All right, let's hear it.
One of the strangest requests I had, which was actually a lot of fun, is one of my clients had a little girl in grade school, and she had one of her school projects was to take care of baby lobsters. So they came in very small, like the size of a crayfish, and they were in a tank that was compartmentalized, and each crayfish was named, as a grade school child would name them, Grumpy, Princess, Fifi.
No Louie the Lobster?
Actually, there might have been a Louie the Lobster, yes. And my duties were basically to feed each of them every day and to mark down if they pooped each day. And yes, lobsters poop. And also if they molted each day. So I had to keep a journal for the little girl.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they also had a cat that I was also taking care of. But that was just very exciting for me to do that. And when I finished the job, about a week later, I got a handwritten note from the little girl.
Aww.
That was very sweet, saying, "Thank you so much. I did really well with my school project. And because you kept it going, my journal, I was able to get an A."
Doesn't that make you feel good?
That was so sweet, and it made me feel really good. So
Now, I understand you've been in the pet world, pet sitting business for about a couple
23 years, yes.
Okay, so what keeps you going every day?
Oh, my passion for helping owners with pets that have medical needs is my specialty, and just making a difference that if they've got an animal that has medical needs and when they go away, that time in their life when the pet is sick and need medication, that they can go away and know somebody that's a qualified professional that will keep the care up and make sure their pet has that continuing medical care.
Okay, I've never had anybody ever in my entire life professionally pet sit lobsters, so I'm impressed. And you're from an area known for good lobsters that are more on plates than as pets.
Yes, it's a little ironic that someday those lobsters I took care of was probably somebody's meal someday, but that's the food chain of life, I guess.
That's right. So how do people get to know more about you, Cheryl, and how can is there a website?
Yes, our website is tlkpetcare.com, and you can check us out. And we do all kinds of exotics, dogs, cats, and one of my favorite exotic was a monitor lizard who was over 3 feet tall. Long, sorry, excuse me, 3 feet
tall.
long.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think he's in the...
He's a dinosaur, yeah.
He's in the lizard MBA, I think.
Yes, yeah. He's actually over 3 feet long, and his owner built him an enclosure that was 8 feet long by 6 feet tall by 4 feet wide. So
wow.
Yeah, it was very impressive, and he looks very prehistoric. So...
Well, that's great. We're talking to Cheryl Wilson. She's with TLK Professional Pet Care in Watertown, Massachusetts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arden.
Hey, folks, I got a couple of great pet sitters. We're speaking with Teresa Blackwell and Shannon Pinjatori. They are both with the Carolina Pet Care Services in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I ran into them here at the Pet Sitters International Conference. I got to tell you, they are awesome. Make that possum pet sitters. So let's start with you, Shannon. You know the question. What's some of the unusual requests you've had from a client?
We had one client, a nice older lady that had a cat, And our consults take about an hour and a half, and we were about an hour and 15 minutes through it, and we got to the part about cleaning the litter box. And she said, well, here's where you may not want to sit for me.
Wait a minute. You've just invested over an hour, and you're talking to that critical juncture, and she does that?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's where we both looked at each other and go, okay. And then she proceeds to tell us the way she wants us to scoop it. And that is to scoop it, double bag it in Ziploc bags, and then put it in her freezer.
Wait a minute. Freezer?
Freezer.
Are these frozen nuggets for high-protein treats later?
I hope not. Literally, her kitchen refrigerator, the freezer side, she wants us to freeze everything because her thinking is she does not want her trash can to smell. So instead, we're going to freeze everything, whether it be poop or
the litter clump.
The litter clumps. If the cat gets sick, anything, we're to freeze it until trash day and then throw it away.
Now, while you're doing that, is the cat kind of laughing at you two?
I think the cat was embarrassed because he at that point walked to another room.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So now we have Teresa Blackwell. Teresa, how long have you guys been pet sitters?
We've been in Fayetteville for 8 years.
Okay, and what got you into the pet sitting world, sir?
We both have great animal backgrounds. We've done everything else. We ended up this. Shannon had the business store originally. I came on board with her.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, we've gone forward and just love what we do.
It sounds like you've got to have a sense of humor, especially if you're doing frozen pee and poop patrol.
Most definitely you have to have a sense of humor. More so with the clients, actually, than with the animals.
Yeah. So what are some of the more unusual kinds of animals that you guys have cared for?
Oh, wow. We take care of chinchillas, ferrets, various exotic birds.
What about you, Teresa? Can you remember?
Well, I have a horse background, so we do horses.
Nice.
A lot of pygmy goats. Chickens are really popular now in urban settings.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Any other unusual tale? I mean, I got to say, we had an aging piranha, but I think the poop in the freezer is probably topping the list so far. People really do pamper their pets, don't they?
Very much so. I mean, everything from very specialized diets to moving beds in certain rooms at certain times of the day. To make sure they have their special bed in the bedroom where they normally want to sleep, even when mom's not home. Anything goes, and we're here to provide that.
Right. We also make sure that we give specific treats at specific times.
Okay.
We have a lot of clients who make homemade treats, so we always have to make sure they get exactly what they want when they are told to get it.
And in these days, you never know when there's a hidden camera anywhere.
Oh, always. We assume. We just go ahead and assume every time we walk into a home that there are cameras hidden because it's just so easy for people to do that now. We don't want to ever let them down. So.
And you guys are you're a very trust organization. Do you say something like to the animals, I'm looking for the can opener, say out loud in case there's a camera?
Yeah, if you have to start looking for equipment or materials or whatnot, and it's not readily available or an eyesight, you might want to just speak out loud or make it very obvious physically. For if they haven't left out something they normally do, you may need to start pulling out drawers to look for the can opener or for that treat. Oh, yeah, you make
Here's a pen. I'm looking for an ink pen.
Yeah, exactly.
We leave a note on every visit, so you always have to have an ink pen, too.
That's right. What about holidays? There was a joke that you guys work 15-hour days on holidays. How do you
That's
deal
an
with
easy
that?
day.
That's an easy day.
That's an easy holiday.
Right, oh my gosh. But that's a sacrifice.
Absolutely. But that's when people need us the most is holidays, weekends. That's when they travel to go see their families. So that's when we're there for their family.
Okay.
Their babies. But yeah, holidays and weekends are the busiest times of the year for
But
pet
you know
sitters.
that coming in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
That's part of the job.
That's right. So we're speaking with Teresa Blackwell and Shannon Pinjatori from the Carolina Pet Care Services in Fayette, North Carolina. How do we get hold of you guys? Where do we find your website?
Website is www.carolinapetcare.com.
CarolinaPetCare.com?
Yep, that's us.
All right.
And they can like us on our Facebook page also.
All right. You guys are so into the social media. You're the best. Thank you both for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arden.
Oh my gosh, I hit the mother load. I'm here at the Pet Sitter International Conference in Austin, Texas, and I have three very dedicated professional pet sitters. We're going to start with Robin Cara. She's with All Ears Pet Sitting in St. John's, Florida. Hey, welcome to the show, Robin.
Hi, thank you.
We've kind of hung out together. We saw each other about a year and a half ago in New Orleans at the Pet Sitters Conference, right?
Yes, we did.
And you're still saying hi to me.
Of course I would.
Oh, that's awesome. So the question is this. You've been a pet sitter for a long time, and you get asked to do sometimes unusual requests. Tell us about the one you've had to fulfill.
The one that stands out in my mind is a client who had me drive her dogs around the neighborhood every day because they were used to it.
And what kind of dogs are they?
Oh, one was a Springer Spaniel. The other was just a little small 10-pound mutt.
Did they try to take over the wheel, or?
No, she actually told me to use her car. So we pile them into the car and, we drive around the neighborhood.
And were they, like some people, were they like backseat drivers?
The one dog was great. He stayed in the passenger seat, and the little one that was a little dachshund, he sat in my lap.
And how did you take this in stride?
I just did. It was one of those things that the client asked me to do, and it just didn't seem that strange to me. And I figured if that makes her dogs happy, and if it made her happy, it made me happy.
And how long have you been doing pet sitting?
I've been pet sitting 10 years.
Nice. And how do we find out more about your site? How do people in the St. John's, Florida area get hold of you?
Well, they could either call me or they could go on my website, which is www.allearspetsitting.com.
That's great. Thank you, Robin. Next up, we have Caroline Drake. She's with Critters Cronies. She's in Tampa, Florida. And tell us about your situation.
I had a client who had a set of guinea pigs in a cage, and they knew one of them was very ill, and they said they expected it to pass away before they got home. So they asked me if that happened, would I please take care of the issue if I came in and found it.
Oh, don't you love those kind of death wish requests?
Yes,
oh, great, yeah.
It's like, okay, why don't you stay home and take care of it yourself? But I did come in, one of the guinea pigs had passed away, had to clean it up, wrap it in a towel, put it in a plastic bag, and then put it in the freezer.
Didn't mark it as like steak or anything, right?
No, okay. But I did think to myself, I'll never eat dinner at your house, so please don't invite me. I'm like, we're putting this in with the family food, but
right.
They wanted to have family funeral time.
Oh, that's nice.
Their entire backyard is filled with family funeral time for all their pets from the past.
Wow. So. But you know what? It just shows no matter what the pet, we have a lot of love for our pets, and they, you went above and beyond. But what did you think afterwards?
I hope I don't have to do this anytime soon again. And 6 months later, I came across a deceased dog on Easter morning.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, we're speaking with Caroline Drake. She's with Critter Cronies in Tampa, Florida. And how we find out about your site?
Again, my website would be www.crittercronies.com.
All right. And next, last but not least, we have Nikki Timberlake. Any relation to Justin?
I wish.
Okay. He's a cutie. She's with Positively Perfect in Fort Myers, Florida. And what's your tale you want to tell?
Well, we have a flight attendant who has 2 Pekingese, and we're there probably 3 times a month to take care of these dogs. And one of our nighttime rituals is we have a baby boogie. And these dogs...
what?
Buggy.
Buggy,
that have to be pushed around the neighborhood in this baby buggy every night. And when we run into people, they look at us and we just tell them, we're exercising the dogs, and they just laugh at us.
And how old are these Pekingese?
Mo is 10, and Millie is like 8.
And is there a reason why Mo or Millie don't have 4 on the ground?
Because Mommy thinks they should ride in the buggy.
Okay, so you're getting the exercise.
Yes.
And how are they in the buggy? Who rides front? Are they side by side?
Mo is in front.
Okay.
Millie just kind of cruises along. And it's great till we see another dog, and then they bark and raise all kinds of cane.
Okay.
But we also take them for golf cart rides, and it's a similar situation.
I bet they kind of dig it, though, don't you think?
Yeah, they love it.
All right. Do you have to read them like a bedtime story or anything?
No.
Okay. So how long have you been a pet sitter?
Over 20 years.
So what keeps you going every day?
I love it. I've been around animals all my life, and I can't think of a better thing to do.
All right, so if people want to know how to find you in Fort Myers, we're talking with Nikki Timberlake. How can they?
You can reach us at www.positivelyperfect, and it's PAWSOTIVELYPURRFECT.com.
With apologies to the English teachers out there that are shuddering, I'm a punster, and I like the way you spelled your website. Ladies, I really thank you all for being a guest on the show, and thanks for all you do for pets.
Thank you.
Well, that's our show for today. What did you think of these crazy pet sitting requests? Do you have any wacky ones you want to share? If you do, please email me at arden@fourleggedlife.com. I'd love to hear from you. And at this time, I want to thank all those great professional pet sitters, especially those who joined me on today's show. Do you need a pet sitter? I'm urging you, recommending you to please just dash over to Pet Sitters International website. It's www.petsit.com. You can find a terrific pet sitter in your area who is licensed, bonded, knowledgeable, and most of all, dedicated to caring for your pet. I also want to give a big paws up to my great producer, Mark Winter. He makes this show happen each and every week. So, until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.